the Oscar award-winning short film that celebrates fatherhood, blackness, and natural hair. It's a film that has gone on to inspire little girls around the world. Welcome to Toon Lore Done Right, where today I'll give you the TLDR on one of my favorite animated short films of recent history, Hair Love. What up, fam? Welcome to Toon Lore Done Right, a bi-weekly podcast where I take a moment to give you a brief yet detailed history of a film, TV show, character, or concept in animation. You can call me Dave, and I'm kind of a toon historian in training. So before I get started, I want to give a special shout out to everyone who's following us on the Facebook page, facebook.com/toonlore. Here's where you can give your suggestions on some of my next podcasts, engage with the Toon Lore community, and more. I also want to give a thank you to those who follow me on my blog, toonlore.wordpress.com, where you can get some insight on some things that I can't quite talk about on the podcast. Hair Love is a story about a 5-year-old African-American girl named Zuri and her father, Steven. In the film, Zuri's mom is away, so it's up to Steven to step up and style Zuri's kinky, natural hair for the first time as they prepare to go to a special event. As he tries and fails to tame Zuri's hair, he opens a video of a hair beauty vlogger named Angela. As he struggles with this big task, we're taken on a journey filled with hilarity and heart. Hair Love is the brainchild of former NFL wide receiver Matthew A. Cherry. While he didn't come from an artistic background, he has been surrounded by film since retiring from the NFL. He has most notably become a producer on the film The BlacKkKlansman. Now, Cherry has no children of his own, but was inspired by a number of viral videos showcasing black fathers interacting with their sons and their daughters. He was also inspired by a 2014 CDC report that found that African American dads are more involved with their children on a daily basis than fathers of any other racial group. More than half of black fathers who do not live with their children are still active in their lives. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about this report, I'll have a link to the full CDC report in the show notes. While the short film has gone on to receive celebrity endorsements and much acclaim, so has the book that it was based on. So before Hair Love became the Oscar award-winning film that we all love, it was first a New York Times best-selling children's book illustrated by Vashti Harris. Now, Vashti is known for her Little Leaders series, which is a collection of books that highlights well-known and some not so well-known African-American leaders, most of which are women. Now, full disclosure, I love these books, and I've bought them for my 2 daughters. It's amazing how my oldest daughter identifies with the women of history that look like her. And much like the Little Leaders series, the Hair Love film allows her to see herself in diverse contexts. And it's that context that's really key for her. At the time of this recording, my family and I don't live in America. While my oldest daughter was born in America, we relocated to Hong Kong when she was just under 2 years old. So now that she's almost 6, she's spent more time in Asia than she has in America. And as we live in a place where darker skinned people are definitely a minority and where I am constantly told that I, quote, look just like Obama, representation is important. Very few people that my daughter knows has hair just like hers, and finding the right products to take care of that natural hair can be a real struggle, especially for my wife. So Hair Love helps us to teach her that curly hair is beautiful and is a part of who she is. We don't want her to feel otherized because of her hair like DeAndre Arnold. For those who don't know, DeAndre Arnold is an African-American high school student that was suspended for having locks. His hair was against the school's dress code, and because he was strong enough not to cut his hair, he was suspended. Although he was from a small town in Texas, this story made national news, and it even allowed him to be a guest on The Ellen Show. Because of his strength of character, Matthew A. Cherry and Vashti Harris welcomed him as their special guest at the Oscars. During the acceptance speech, Cherry said, quote, Hair Love was done so that we could see more representation in animation. We wanted to normalize black hair. There's a very important issue out there called the Crown Act, and if we help to get this passed in all 50 states, it will help stories like DeAndre Arnold, who is our special guest tonight, never happen. He also went on to dedicate the Oscar to Kobe Bryant, saying, quote, "This award is also dedicated to Kobe Bryant. May we all have a second act as great as his was." This dedication was particularly special because Cherry and Bryant are the only former athletes to win an Oscar for short films. Bryant, of course, won his Oscar in 2017 for the animated short film Dear Basketball, which was accomplished when Bryant worked with heavy hitters like animator Glenn Keane and legendary composer John Williams. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can check out episode 2 of Toon Lore Done Right. Now, speaking of heavy hitters, Hair Love has a great list of supporters as well. Everett Downing Jr. and Bruce W. Smith were co-directors on Hair Love. Combined, they have movie credits that include, but of course are not limited to, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, The Proud Family, Space Jam, as well as Princess and the Frog. Peter Ramsey, an executive producer on the film, became the first African American to direct a multi-million-dollar CG animated film with DreamWorks' Rise of the Guardians. He also co-directed one of my personal favorite superhero films of all time, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Co-directing Spider-Man made him the first African American to win an Oscar for the Best Animated Feature Film. And the list goes on. Other producers include Jordan Peele, Yara Shahidi, Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, and it featured the voice talents of Issa Rae, the creator of Awkward Black Girl. I would also have to mention that there were nearly 5,000 people who supported Hair Love on the Kickstarter and raised nearly $300,000, the most of any animated short film on the platform. The success of Hair Love on Kickstarter brought it to the attention of executives at Sony Pictures Animation. This partnership allowed Hair Love to be played before the feature films Angry Birds 2 and Jumanji: The Next Level. So with that being said, I absolutely love Hair Love, if you couldn't tell by now. The main character, Zuri, is a 5-year-old, kinky-haired, African-American girl with a strong will that nearly mirrors the image of my 5-year-old. Representation matters, and to have an Academy Award-winning film that my daughter can identify with means the world to me, especially when you have other individuals, celebrities, and people that look like her support the film. When you look past celebrity endorsements though, the Academy Award, and even the many accolades it has received, you will see that it's just a story about a dad who will go the extra mile for his daughter. And that's something that I can relate to. It's films like this that truly get me excited to do what I love to do. This has been Toon Lore Done Right. And don't forget to like, share, review, comment, and subscribe. Make suggestions on future episodes and become a part of the conversation by joining the Facebook page at facebook.com/toonlore and get a deeper look into some of the topics that I don't get a chance to talk about on the podcast by reading my blog, toonlore.wordpress.com. So until the next time I can give you the TLDR on a film, TV show, character, or concept in animation, it's been real.